Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to share with you guys kind of like the ins and outs of running an Etsy shop. So as we all know, I have an Etsy shop. I opened it around the middle of November of the year 2018. So I've been in business for about 4 months. So I'm not saying that I know a whole lot. I'm not claiming that I know everything, but I feel like I have learned enough to present this information to you guys in an organized way. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. Now we are currently in the month of March, but because the month of March is pretty fresh and because the month of March has looked like all of the previous months in as far as like income goes, I feel like we can go ahead and kind of talk more so about the month of March. So essentially we're going to be kind of recapping the month of March as an Etsy shop. And this kind of came about because I was going to share with you guys how much I actually spend to run my Etsy shop each month. But I was like, well, since I'm getting on camera and all of that, I may as well kind of just share a little bit more and really everything that I've learned thus far. So I did do an Etsy series here on my shop. I will link that playlist up here. And if you click on that, you can go learn about the type of products that I use and the type of machine that I use to cut the stickers and all of those types of things. I do want to mention that I am pretty heavily associated with like the budget planning communities, like the budget community and the planner community, but more so like the budget planner community. So that is kind of why I sell stickers. That's why I like using stickers. That's why I like making stickers, that kind of thing. So that's pretty much what compelled me to start selling budget related stickers. So anyway, without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Okay, so one of the first things that I thought that we should cover today is why I operate the way that I do and how I operate the way that I do. So the first thing that I want to mention is while I do have a competitive spirit, it pretty much has to relate to like me getting something from it. So like when we do team building exercises at work and there's a reward involved, like a gas card or something like that, I'm pretty competitive in that way. But if there's no real gain, I don't really waste my time trying to be competitive. So as far as my Etsy shop goes, there are a lot of Etsy sticker shops out there, or just sticker shops in general, but I do not really try to compete with any of them because I strongly feel that what is for me, and that I'm not going to be the one to kind of like try to block somebody's blessings. That's just really not a good look for me, and I really try not to travel down that road. I don't really think it's really helpful for anyone. So I don't really have a competitive spirit when it comes to this whole Etsy thing. I will share that whenever I first started making budget stickers, I did not see a kit out there that was formulated for the type of budget planner that I use, or a kit that really fit my needs. So that's pretty much why I did not have any like feelings of fear or anything like that going into it, because I thought that I would be providing something that was not out there. Now since then, I don't know if I'm just noticing or what, but I do see other shops out there that now create budget related stickers and budget kits and things of that sort. But like I said, I'm really not that interested in like competing with other people. I don't really think that that's healthy, and I mean, there's probably no chance that I would win against some of these Etsy shops out there, considering I don't really take the Etsy thing like as serious as other people, because I don't really have a lot of time to even design stickers, and because it's just really not me. I have a full-time job that I take pretty seriously, obviously. So that takes up a lot of my time. So I really don't have a lot of time to put all of the energy into Etsy like I would like to. But I will say, if Etsy was my livelihood, I probably would try to come through dripping. But as of right now, I'm just kind of chilling, and my Etsy shop is literally everything that I ever wanted it to be. It provides me with a decent income every month, and I don't have to leave the house to go work some other type of job, and I'm able to do great things with the money, such as pay down debt, obviously, because we are, I feel like, this close to paying off the last of my husband's debt. And so it's just been really great, and I'm just happy where I am. So I don't really need to compete with other people. Another thing that I want to mention is as as it relates to my products. So I use a pretty decent sticker paper. I have no interest in cutting corners when it comes to sticker paper. I don't even want to use sticker paper that isn't above reproach, and I don't want to sell it either. So I will not be cutting corners when it comes to sticker paper for the sake of, you know, pocketing a few extra dollars or whatever. It's really not worth it. The same goes for my ink. I'm not really interested in cutting corners there either, because I just really feel that if the ink quality is on point and the paper quality is on point, then I really can't go wrong. And again, I'm not really interested in saving a couple bucks by putting out a subpar product. So I don't really have any intentions of cutting corners when it comes to the quality of paper or the quality of ink. Another thing that I want to mention is I want to talk about all of the other products. So I don't know that outside of sticker paper and ink, I care a whole lot about the type of products that I use, especially when we talk about what I use for shipping and packaging. So I use these little poly bags, and I have two different sizes. So I have a small one and I have a large one, and looks like, yay for me, I have lost my small one that I was going to show you guys. So there's that. But I do have a large one, and this is the large one. And I'm able to slip my stickers down in here and kind of seal it and add just an extra layer of protection. So that is why I ship in these poly bags, merely for safety and protection as the package travels over the highways and the byways. That's pretty much the only reason why I do that. There was a time when I ran out of poly bags, so I had to make a boss decision, an executive decision, a business decision about whether I was going to ship the products without the poly bags, and I chose to because by the time the poly bags got to me, because I couldn't find any in stores because they're so big and my kits are so big, literally I could have just shipped the items and the items would arrive at people's mailboxes indoors quicker than the poly bags would get to me. So I was like, I'm sure people want their products over stressing about where the poly bags are. Also, I have mailers. So this is the larger mailer. It's quite large. I really wish I could have something smaller, but I really like this type of mailer, and I can't get one that's like a smaller size. So like ideally the mailer would maybe stop right here. So it would be maybe like, I don't know, maybe like an 8x10 or something like that, but I can't find one of those. So I have to order these large mailers. But I also have these little photo mailers. They're kind of like cardstock, pretty hard. And again, I use these for added protection. I'm not real interested in sending out like a I'm not really interested in my packaging being really like super cute. I don't really care that much about packaging, to be honest. I just care that, again, the products safely travel from this side of the United States to the other side of the United States, or wherever it is that they are going. So I'm not real picky about my mailers and my poly bags or anything like that. It's just, I'm kind of a creature of habit. These seem to be relatively priced. They're pretty sturdy. Everything's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty much why I stick to this. Now, the bubble mailers are cuter, and they're, you know, there's some other things that I could be doing to make the packaging better, but I don't really care too much about that. That doesn't mean a lot to me. Now, what does mean a lot to me? Well, outside of the ink and the paper quality, is shipping. So I work a full-time job, and I do YouTube and all this other extra stuff. And so it's really important to me that I kind of stay on top of my orders. And I really try not to, like, I couldn't fathom like having orders in my queue there for like 3 weeks or anything like that. I really try to get orders out as quickly as possible. Most of you have probably gotten your orders in a week. And I will say, unless you guys really just don't tell me, if I've packaged, I don't know, 800 orders, only maybe 10 of you have reached out and told me that I got the quantity mixed up or something like that. So as far as I'm concerned, I have a 5-star rating and I don't have any complaints or anything. So as far as I'm concerned, you guys are preferring the speed of shipping and processing and all of that rather than pretty packaging and all of that. So I don't really care a whole lot about the packaging. I'd rather just ship the package out quickly. Now, my processing time is 1 to 2 weeks, But there are only rare occasions where it's taken me a week or two. As soon as the money clears, which it used to take about 2 days for payments to clear. Now they clear in like 24 hours. As soon as they clear, I pretty much go ahead and start working on orders so I can get them out relatively quickly. Most of you, like I said, probably get your orders within the week because I'm pretty efficient when it comes to that. But basically, those are the things that I wanted to talk about as far as like how I operate. I think that if you know how I operate, then a lot of this will make a little bit more sense as we progress through this video. So now we're going to talk about the numbers, and I'm going to tell you I'm no accountant or anything like that. So I don't know like the proper terminology. I'm just going to give it to you how I can give it to you, but I want to share with you guys how much it's costing me each month to run the Etsy shop, but more so how much it costs me in the month of March so far. And I'm pretty much done buying things, or I'm finished with buying things for the month of March, considering it's the end of March. So I just want to recap the month of March with you guys. So let's hop into that. Okay, so luckily enough, the information that I'm about to provide to you guys isn't going to be too much different for any other month. Like as an example, I'm going to show you right here how much money I brought in February and January and some of the months prior. I think those will pop up in my little thing. So if I'm doing everything correctly, there should be like a little pop-up right here where I'm showing you guys my revenue for previous months. Now, as for the gross revenue for this month, which is the month of March, for sales and credits, which I don't have credits, I really just have sales, I am at $2,932.39. By the time March ends, the number will probably creep a little bit over 3,000, which will look much like all of the other months. So Etsy says that this is a sum of sales and credits that you have earned, including categories where refunds exceeded income. So basically what I call it is my gross revenue. That is how much money has touched my Etsy account. Now let's talk about all of the money that has ran out of my Etsy account. The first one is fees and taxes, and I'm going to try to break these down the best of my ability. Again, hopefully there's a pop-up right here so you guys are following along with me. So the fees and taxes definition per Etsy. This is the sum of fees and taxes you have paid, including categories where funds exceeded expenses. So the first one is listing. I have paid $61.80 to list my fees on Etsy. So let me tell you how this works. Initially, you don't have to pay to list an item on Etsy. However, as soon as that item sells, you're going to get charged a flat rate of 20 cents every single time. So that's how much I have paid to just merely list my items on Etsy. The next one is $404.22, and that's shipping labels. So I have paid $404.22 to Etsy for shipping labels. So let me tell you how that works. You guys actually pay me a flat rate for shipping. You pay me $3.50. There has never come a time, okay, well there's come like a time, okay, I don't think there's come a time where I've exceeded $3.50 for having to ship an item somewhere, but there were times where I was cutting it pretty close. But I keep it at $3.50 because there really won't be a time where I'm exceeding $3.50. So therefore, I charge a flat rate, and that's based on how much I was told, like based on the ounces. That's how it works. It's not really based on the size of the packaging. Like it doesn't matter if I ship in this or if I ship in this. It matters what's in the package. So if you order like 10 sheets, then it's going to cost me more to ship you your item. That's why I just charge a flat rate, because anything beyond that sounds stressful, and I'm not really trying to be stressed. In fact, my Etsy shop experience has been nothing but pleasant. So anyway, for shipping, $404.22. Again, you guys pay me for shipping. I then pay for shipping through Etsy. So you pay me for shipping. I pay Etsy. Etsy does give like a small discount. So shipping through Etsy is a little bit cheaper than shipping straight from USPS. But when I print my shipping labels from Etsy, all I have to do is print all my shipping labels, package up all of the orders, slap the shipping labels right here, go to the post office, drop them off. don't even have to stand in line. I can drop them off on the side and go on about my way. Sometimes I can even put them in the metered mail box, and that typically does the trick. But if I have my way, I like to drop them off, hand them to someone directly instead of putting them in that little box, because can't be trusted. Or when I do it, I typically, you have to go inside anyway to do it for the metered mail. So sometimes I can ship things like when the post office is about to open or when it's about to close, or just any time of the day, honestly, because the lobby is typically always open. The doors are always open, but my preferred method is handing them off directly. But anyway, again, we can't really count shipping in this equation technically, because you guys pay me for shipping and then I just pay Etsy for shipping. I have been told that there are other like shipping companies out there. I really just don't feel like being bothered with researching any of them. I'm told that they're cheaper, but I mean, I don't really even feel bothered with doing any of that. Etsy and USPS does the trick, and I think that people don't mind paying a few cents more for security. So anyway, the next category is transaction. So I have paid Etsy $153.10 in transaction fees. So as for the transaction fee is technically divided up into two different categories: shipping transaction and regular transaction. So for the shipping transaction of the $153.10, I have paid $25.74, and the shipping transaction for me is a flat rate of 18 cents. Every single time I buy a shipping label or whatever to cover the cost, to make sure that Etsy gets a little something from it, they charge me 18 cents. That's every single time. I'm not sure if they take that money off top, like before I print the label or after I print the label. I haven't really figured that part out. My guess is after I print the label, or during the time when I print the label. The next one under that is transaction. So of the $153.10, I have paid Etsy $127.36 for 36 cents for a transaction fee. So a transaction fee is 5% of the sale, and the sale is the amount that I'm charging for the product and the amount that I'm charging for shipping. So they take 5% of that whole entire transaction. It recently went up to 5% from 3.5%. But if you think about it, $619.12 I have paid in fees and taxes. Technically just fees, not really taxes. It's pretty much all just fees. But $404.22 went towards shipping that you guys already paid for. So I actually only really had to pay Etsy a little over $200, about $210. Some people trip out about that amount, the amount that Etsy charges for fees. I honestly see it as me paying them a couple of $100s every month for marketing and advertising, because Etsy does a really great job of marketing and advertising, because instead of people trying to find my website or whatever other platform I'm using to sell my items, they can just go straight to Etsy, my Etsy shop, and order, and that be that. And it's super easy. I don't really see the point of changing it. I'm not really that interested, for me. And maybe if you're a larger shop and you're getting charged all of these fees, it might be worth having a standalone shop or something like that. But for me, it's a couple $100s a month. Again, because the shipping doesn't really count, because you guys pay for the shipping up front and then I pay for it on the back end. So when we subtract 2932.39, which is our sales and credits, from our fees and taxes, which is or are $619.12, we get, going into my next section, $2,313.27. So whereas I consider the 2,900 number to be like the gross Etsy revenue, I consider the 2,313 number to be my gross income, because that is the money that has actually touched my actual bank account so far for the month of March. And the reason why I'm able to go ahead and do this video is because Monday was my last Etsy payday. Although I could pay myself every day, I just think that's a little much. So I just have it set up where I get paid every Monday. So this Monday was my last payday, so I'm not technically going to have another Etsy payday. So the money that has actually crossed my account is $2,313.27. So again, that's how much I have pocketed, or that's how much that has crossed my bank account. Now let's talk about how much I've actually spent to run my Etsy shop. So first up is sticker paper. This month, for the month of March, I have spent $282.36 on sticker paper, and that is for 4 packages. So each month I typically buy 3 premium matte because that's the best seller in my shop, and I buy 1 pack of glossy because people don't really like glossy all that much, which I'm cool with. Like, don't be inclined to go order glossy or anything. Although it is cheaper, I just don't really like glossy. It's just so annoying. Anyway, I'm just a matte girl. But that is pretty much how much paper I use each month to fill all of these orders. So I pretty much use every single bit of the paper as well. Sometimes I have a few pages left over, and you know, that's a thing, but for the most part I use all 400 sheets of paper. So that's pretty much as far as sticker paper goes, and I try to order in bulk so I can get like a little discount, but it's really not much of a discount. The next one is mailing supplies. So that would be these little packages, these little photo mailers, these and these. Now here's the thing, I don't really order these because these are for my smaller stickers like these. And honestly, people don't really order these as much as they order the kits, which when I opened the shop, I knew that my kits would be like the seller. Like I wanted them to be anyway, because I put a lot of time and energy into those. So normally I need these bigger packages. So I normally order probably 2 or 3 of these each month. Probably 2. That's about 200. So I probably do about 2 of these. Remember, some people order 2 kits at a time or 3 kits or whatever. So it's not like I need one of these. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't need as much of these as you would probably think, but I do need a decent amount. So therefore, I have to purchase these probably once or twice a month, but I only have to purchase these every couple of months. And because I have to purchase those big ones a lot because the kits sell a lot, I have to purchase these a lot. So it's not like a whole bunch of them, but those are the items that I for sure have to make sure I have in stock and that I have to order probably on like a bi-weekly basis. So the next item is my Silhouette software. So I pay $17.09 each month for Silhouette software. That allows me to design stickers and to cut them and all of that good stuff. So I have to have Silhouette because I have a Silhouette machine. So all in all, for supplies every single month, or for the month of March, I spent $371.68. I spend that amount pretty much every month. It's normally anywhere from like $350 to $450. So pretty much every month I'm spending anywhere from $350 to $450 to run my shop. There are times where I have to buy other things, such as new blades for my trimmer, new blades for my machine. Sometimes I buy copy paper because I use those to print my packaging slips. Some small things that don't really cost a whole lot of money, I typically have to buy those, but because I pretty much buy everything in bulk, I don't have to buy these things that often. So if you take the total income that has crossed my bank account, which is $2,313.27, and you subtract from it the amount that I have spent on supplies, then you get $1,941.59. Now that is what my actual gross income technically is, because I have to subtract the amount that I spend on supplies. Now here is where it gets a little tricky for me. Typically they say that business owners should be putting back at least 20 to 30% of their income every single month. So if you subtract about 25% from $1,941.59, you get $1,456.19. So after all that's said and done, after paying Uncle Sam and this and that one and everything, then technically I'm walking away with $1,456.19. So we're down from like almost $3,000 to basically half of that, which is $1,500. Now, the reason why I kind of get around that is because I have a full-time job and I have adjusted my checks such that a larger amount is coming from my checks at my full-time job. So therefore, when it comes time to pay taxes, I don't really have a whole lot to pay. I won't really have a whole lot to pay. So if you think about it, I'm pretty much the amount that I should be paying for taxes or putting back for Etsy, I go ahead and pay to the IRS in the form of my full-time job, if that makes any sense. So if that's not the case for you, if Etsy were your full-time hustle and you don't have any like real intricate details like I have going on. Also, my husband, from his checks, we withhold a little bit more too to try to offset all of this foolery. So if you don't do that, then you're going to probably need to put back at least 20 to 30%. So if you were in my case and let's say you were a single person with no kids and Etsy was your full-time hustle and your numbers looked the exact same as mine, then you would probably need to put back about 20 to 30%. Again, I put back 25% in this scenario, which then leaves me with, would then leave you with about $1,500. So those are just things that I wanted to explain to you. I don't know that I did the best job possible, but I tried my best. But I wanted you guys to know that it's all well and good until it's time to pay taxes and stuff. And then that's when things go left real fast. And that's when you really start seeing, you know, the amount of money that you earned kind of being played with, you know, because 25% of, almost $2,000 is about $500. So, I mean, that's a lot of money, obviously, but that's pretty much the price that we pay as business owners and that kind of thing. So, just wanted to share this information with you guys. Again, like I said, I don't know if it was like the best job that I could do or the best job that a person can do, but I feel like that's information that's not really out there that people probably don't even want to present because it's a headache. And I know for me, it was definitely, I had to go here and there and screenshot. I had to take notes. It's a real thing. By the way, my friend sells, and I'm not even trying to plug, but since we're here, my friend sells these Booked and Busy notebooks on Amazon, and I'm going to link the notebook down in the description box because I was looking for a notepad before I came to sit down and do this video, and this is the first one that I saw. I didn't want to write in it, if I'm being honest, because I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, I didn't want to write in it, but here we are. But anyway, I had to write things down, take notes. I rarely take notes for videos. I just was really trying my best. So I hope that you guys appreciate it and that, you know, I don't get dragged in the comments. No, I'm just kidding. But I just wanted to present that information to you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.